We live on a small blue planet. It circles a single star in a vast galaxy. This galaxy has hundreds of billions of stars, and there are billions of galaxies in the universe. So a big question comes to mind. Are we alone? What if one day we found out we are not? Imagine waking up to the news. Aliens are here. This news would change everything we know about our place in the cosmos. It would be the most important discovery in human history. The simple truth of their existence would force us to look at ourselves in a completely new light. The first feelings would be a mix of wonder and fear. Think about it. For all of our history, we have been the only thinking beings we know. Suddenly, we would have to share the universe. People would look up at the sky with new eyes. They would feel a sense of awe, but they would also feel scared. Are these visitors friendly? Are they dangerous? Every person on Earth would ask these questions. The unknown is always a little frightening. This would be the biggest unknown we have ever faced, a true test of our courage and curiosity. This great question has been with us for a long time. We have told stories about visitors from the stars for centuries. We see them in our movies and read about them in our books. Sometimes they are kind teachers, and other times they are powerful invaders. These stories show our hopes and our fears. They show how much we want to know if there is someone else out there. The idea of aliens is not just science fiction. It is a deep human question about who we are and where we fit in the grand cosmic story. The discovery would be a shock to our systems. It would challenge our religions, our philosophies, and our science. Everything we thought was special about humanity would be questioned. Are we still the smartest beings? Do our gods care about other worlds too? Scientists would be excited, ready to learn. But many people would be confused. It would take a long time for us to understand what this new reality means for our daily lives. The world would stop, and for a moment, all 7 billion of us would be thinking about the very same thing. How would we meet them? The arrival could happen in many different ways. Maybe a giant silent ship would suddenly appear in our sky. It could just hang there, over a major city for everyone to see. This would be a very direct and clear message. No one could deny that something incredible was happening. Or the contact could be much quieter. Scientists listening to space with big radio telescopes might hear a signal. It wouldn't be a random noise from a star. It would be a pattern, a message sent on purpose from another civilization across the vastness of space. Let's imagine the giant ship scenario. The sight would be breathtaking. News channels would show it 24 hours a day. People would gather on streets and rooftops just to look up. The ship might not do anything at first. It might just wait, watching us as we watch it. This waiting period would be full of tension. Governments would talk to each other, trying to decide what to do. Should we send a message? Should we prepare our defenses? Every choice would be incredibly important. The entire planet would hold its breath, waiting for the next move from our mysterious visitors. Now, think about the radio signal. This would be a different kind of discovery. Only a few scientists would know about it at first. They would check it again and again to be sure. Is it real? Is it from an intelligent source? Once they were certain, they would have to tell the world. This news would spread like wildfire. There would be no ship in the sky, just the knowledge that we are not alone. This might be less scary for some, but it would still be world-changing. We would know that somewhere out there another mind is thinking, wondering, and maybe even looking for us too. The method of arrival tells us a lot. A ship appearing suddenly shows very advanced technology far beyond our own. It means they can travel between the stars. A radio signal suggests a civilization that is perhaps at a similar level to ours, or at least one that understands the physics of radio waves. It could be a message from a long, long time ago, finally reaching us after a journey of thousands of years. Each type of contact presents its own set of challenges and opportunities. One is a sudden meeting. The other is the beginning of a long, slow conversation across the cosmic ocean. What would aliens look like? We often imagine them as little green men, but that is just our imagination. Life on another planet would have evolved in a completely different environment. They might not look like anything on Earth. They could be beings made of light or giant creatures that float in the thick atmosphere of their world. They might not even have bodies as we know them. The possibilities are endless. To understand them, we would have to throw away our ideas of what life is supposed to look like. Their biology could be based on silicon instead of carbon, and they might breathe a different gas. And what would they want from us? This is the most important question. Their reasons for coming here could be simple curiosity, just like us. They might have looked at the stars and wondered if anyone else was out there. Maybe they are explorers, scientists, or artists on a grand tour of the galaxy. They might want to learn about our planet, our life, and our culture. This would be the best-case scenario, a peaceful exchange of knowledge. They could share their wisdom with us, helping us solve problems like disease and hunger. However, there are other, more worrying possibilities. Resources are important for any civilization. Their planet might be dying, and they could be looking for a new home. They might need water, minerals, or something else that our planet has. This could lead to conflict. If they have the technology to travel across galaxies, they are probably much more powerful than we are. A fight would be one we could not win. This is why the first contact would be so delicate. We would have to hope that a civilization so advanced would also be wise and peaceful. Governments and scientists would be on the front line. Scientists would be ecstatic. This would be their life's work come true. They would want to study everything, the aliens' ship, their language, their biology. Governments would have a harder job. They would need to keep people calm and safe. They would create special teams to try and communicate with the visitors. World leaders who rarely agree would have to work together. The United Nations might become the single point of contact for the entire planet. Humanity would need to speak with one voice for the first time in history. For the average person, life would never be the same again. The knowledge that we share the universe would change our perspective forever. Our daily problems, traffic, bills, arguments, might seem much smaller. A new sense of unity could grow among people. Suddenly, the differences between us, like our countries, races, or religions, would not seem so important. We would all be humans, the people of Earth. This shared identity could bring us together in a way that nothing else ever has. We would be one family, facing a new and unknown cosmic reality together. This event could inspire a new golden age of discovery. Young people would be inspired to become scientists, engineers, and explorers. We would look to the stars with a new sense of purpose. We might learn from our visitors how to build better technology, how to cure diseases, and how to live in harmony with our planet. The arts would flourish too. Musicians would write songs about the stars, and painters would create images of new worlds. Our entire culture would be energized by this incredible new chapter in our story. It would be a renaissance for the entire human species. Of course, there would also be challenges. Some people would be afraid. They might not trust the aliens. New cults and religions might form around the visitors. There could be disagreements about how to interact with them. Should we share our technology? Should we let them on our planet? These questions would cause debates all over the world. It would be a difficult time, full of uncertainty. We would have to learn to manage our fear and make wise decisions as a single global community. Our ability to cooperate would be put to the ultimate test. In the end, meeting aliens would hold up a mirror to ourselves. It would force us to think about who we are and what we want to become. Are we a species that is welcoming or fearful? Are we united or divided? The arrival of extraterrestrials could be the greatest gift the cosmos could offer us. It would be a chance to finally grow up as a species, to put aside our petty quarrels and take our place as citizens of the universe. The stars are calling. And this encounter, whether it happens tomorrow or 1,000 years from now, will define the future of humanity.